Hello there and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be trying out an eyeshadow palette from, oh my gosh, I can't carry on because I'm just thinking, do you think I should stop the whole hello there? Because you know what, it was fun for a while, but now I'm just feeling like it seems a bit like forced, like contrived. Not that I don't want to say hello there in a very overexcited kind of way, but hello there, I don't know if that's me anymore, you know what I mean? I think I need to like move on from it. So I may just start by saying hi. Oh hello. Oh hello there. I don't know. Anyway guys, right, so in this video today I can assure you we're not just going to be talking about like what intro I'm going to be doing on my video, but what we are going to be talking about is an eyeshadow palette from SHEIN. So you may have seen my recent SHEIN makeup haul. I hauled a feck load of makeup. I've already tried like a bunch of it, and honestly I left that video feeling quite disappointed because in my past experience trying SHEIN makeup, I was full of like happiness and delight at how great the products were. But yeah, the last bunch like were not all that and a bag of dildos, if I'm being quite honest. But today we're going to be trying out one of their quad eyeshadow palettes. This is called, oh my gosh, I don't know, what is she called? Okay, she's called the Cosmic Crystal Eyeshadow Quad, and this is in the shade Spellbound. So this is what she looks like because she's a quad. We've got 4 shades. Get me knowing what a quad is. The only other like, you know, like when like you've got the quad and you know like the mathematical names of shapes. The only other one that I know the name and then I actually know how many sides it has is an octagon. It has 8, but I can't tell you about any other. Oh, triangle has 3, but oh my gosh, anyway, it's not interesting. So they do sell this palette in 2 other kind of colour families. There's one which is kind of like a brown. It's just a little bit more of like a evening kind of you know, let's make an effort with my makeup. I want it to be super dramatic and intense kind of palette. And then the other one is probably the palette that I should have got because it's kind of like a beautiful corally pink. And I don't know why I didn't go for that one. I mean, this one looks nice, but I don't know, the other one just looked like better. But anyway, so in this palette you've got the 2 mattes, the 2 shimmers, but I have to mention that the shimmers are not the same formula. One of them is kind of like a typical, you know, like shimmer, like a shimmer powder, whereas the other one has a bit more of like a looser texture. It reminds me a lot of, you know, foiled like loose kind of pigments. You know, when they kind of press them down, they don't really like press them like really hard down. They you know, they press them down a bit but not that hard. I don't know how, I couldn't tell you the percentage of it, like how much do they actually press them down, but basically this one, it feels quite loose still. And in my history with eyeshadows and foiled eyeshadows, I feel like foiled eyeshadows, like foil shimmers, are where it's at because they just give you the ultra like, ooh, metallic, ooh, creamy, ooh, glow, because they're not like super dry and like pressed down and rigid. No, they're free, they're wild, they're unashamedly fabulous, you know what I mean? And because they're like not super pressed down, they melt onto your skin. Do you know what, I'm just going to show you because I mean that would probably make more sense. So this is the beautiful foil. Can you see? Oh my gosh, I've been so excited to try the palette, but it's specifically this shade because it just looks, it looks like everything that dreams are made of. So I'm not going to leave a little pink out. I'm going to give her a little swatch too. So I will swatch her there. So she also looks beautiful, but she just doesn't have that same intense glow as this one, you know. Oh, I'll just swatch the 2 mattes as well just while we're here. It'll be rude not to. So this is what they look like. They feel quite soft actually, which is promising. So we've got that one and we've got that one. I mean, I have no complaints. They look swatched exactly like they look in the pan. So, okay, guys, Did I tell you the price of this palette? I don't know. But if I didn't, it cost £3.49, which if the quality turns out to be good, then I think that's a pretty good price. The only thing I don't really like is, I mean, actually I say I don't really like, I mean, these palettes, like, they're so tiny and they're really good for, you know, it's like every day, like popping it in your everyday makeup bag, or if you're going on holiday, it'd be really easy to move about. But I do feel like I get a bit bored, I get very bored very easily with these palettes, just because you can't really do that many looks with them. But they're great for gifting, travel, for losing down the back of your makeup table and then finding 5 years later. They're good for that. Oh my gosh, you may wonder, oh my gosh, why is Anwen so excited? I am in work today, but I'm just filming this quick video in my lunch break because it's a really good way to kind of, like, you know, efficiently manage my time. Like, I don't really have a lunch in my lunch break, so I might as well film a video. But anyway, I had a meeting scheduled for 2 p.m. this afternoon, and it was a meeting that I was dreading. It's a meeting we have every month, and it's so long and boring, and 95% of the contents of the meeting and nothing whatsoever to do with me, so I dread it every single month. But I just received a notification through it says cancelled. Yeah! Ouch. Oh, a bit painful, but I don't care because oh my gosh, there's no greater feeling in this world than receiving a cancellation for a work meeting. Am I right or am I right? I know I'm right. Oh my gosh. Apologies, I am getting extremely distracted here today, but I've just set my eyes, well, not set them, I've primed them, what the heck? Primed them with the Tone Activator Eye Primer by Kaleidos Makeup. And I just thought, you know what, because we're trying out an eyeshadow palette by SHEIN, I'm also going to use my favourite cream blush from SHEIN. So this one is called the Clear and Bright Liquid Blush, and it's in the shade Orgasm. Yes, Orgasm. Imagine if, like, you know, you wanted someone to buy this for you for Christmas. You know, like, my dad will often ask me, like, for Christmas or my birthday, like, what would you like? Could you imagine, like, really wanting this blush in the shade Orgasm and then having to say, oh yes, I want this blush in the shade Orgasm to your dad? Because he wouldn't get it. He'd be like, what? I mean, oh my gosh. Anyway, right, guys, let me just, oh, I've not brought my beauty sponge in, and I'm so lazy. Like, I'm the laziest soul to have ever existed, so I'm going to use this. Well, why not? It's still spongy, you know, it's the same thing. If this and my beauty sponge were in a line-up, like, I think everyone would just say, yeah, we've got 2 sponges on our hands. Oh my gosh, look how gorgina that is. Like, it definitely would look even more gorgina if I went and actually get my other sponge, but I think we're past that now. It's too late. It's too late. Anyway, right. Oh my gosh, sensational, so cute. I just love that. Oh my gosh, it's so fucking cute. Anyway, oh god, I'm getting hot and sweaty. Oh my gosh, right. Right, guys, we are ready now. Okay, so yeah, I've primed my eyes. They are ready to rock and roll. So, okay, well, we don't really have many options today, and I have to say I kind of like that because I get a little bit overwhelmed when you've got, like, a palette and it's got 40 different shadows in, and it's just like, whoa. Sorry, one sec. I'm so sorry. I'm getting distracted, but oh, I just got an electric shock from my radiator. Right, okay, so I'm going to go in with this shade at first. This is kind of like a, oh, it's a fucking shade that I never can remember the name of. It's going to bug me now. But anyway, it's such a pain. Like, it's got a name, and I can't remember the name. And I'm going to remember the name when I'm editing this video. I'll be like, oh yeah, that's the name. And it's like, oh, well, that's no use to me now. By the way, that is Gorgina. It's so nice. What the fuck is this shade name? It's going to come to me at some point. But anyway, guys, I'm just going to focus on how beautiful that is. It's not the most pigmented shadow in the world, but it's also not the least pigmented shadow in the world. So that's great. So I'm just kind of blending this with a big feck off fluffy brush. I'm just blending it in my crease, and I'm taking it up towards my brow. It looks kind of darker here for some reason. Like, when I'm looking at it, you know, in my little mirror here, my little mirror that I love because I've got my little stickers on. When I'm looking down here, it looks a lot better actually than it's looking in my camera, which is bizarre. But oh, I was going to use my little stickies, you know, these little eyeshadow catchers. I was planning on using these today, but it's too late now. Can't be asked. I've already diverted the videos enough, you know, on enough different tangents. So yeah, we're just going to carry on. What I will say though is this shadow doesn't look to be like 100% like matte. It looks like it's got a little bit of sheen in it, which I like. I almost said flat matte then, and then that made me think of like a coffee, and then it made me think of a coffee shop. And you know, one of my greatest anxieties in daily life, which is, you know, if you go into a coffee shop like Starbucks or an independent coffee shop and they've got their menu up there on the wall, and they've got about 20 different types of coffees. They've got the Americano, macchiato, espresso, latte, flat white, tall grande. They've got loads of like, you know, I don't know. They've got all of the coffee names. I cannot make a decision because I don't know what any of them are. I know what a latte is. I think I know what Americano is, but I'm not 100%. Like, I don't know what the fuck anything is, and I'm just there thinking, does everyone else here know what all these coffees are? Or is it just me that doesn't have a fucking clue? And I'll be there till the last minute thinking, oh God, which one do I go for? Like, what the fuck? And anyway, oh my gosh, I had that happen to me the other day, and there was a lady in front of me ordering, and I was just dreading her finishing her order because then I knew it was going to come to me and it was going to be my turn. And I'm just like, I have no idea. And that's why I hate going to coffee shops. Like, I hate them. By the way, if you notice, I've not really popped any kind of base over this side of my nose. It's because I've got a bit of an infection in my nose piercing, which is really fucking me off. So I didn't want to like go too hard, you know, pouncing my I've actually just got like a BB cream one day, but I didn't want to, you know, add anything else into the already infected hole. Oh my gosh, that sounds awful, doesn't it? Infected hole. Ooh, okay. I hope you're not eating anything. Sorry, guys. I think that looks really good. It's a lot better than I even imagined it would be. And isn't that always lovely when, you know, you've just tried a new eyeshadow palette? Oh, by the way, like, I have just purchased the Belonging, I think it is, palette by Urban Decay, because a few of you guys were recommending it to me, saying, oh, you've really got to try it. And, you know, I'll always take your recommendations to heart. But also, when I looked on the Urban Decay website, it was on sale. And I thought, yeah, it's fate. So I've got that and I can't wait to try it. So guys, like, what do we think? And I think this looks so good. I really love the shade. So I'm just going to blend a little bit more and then we're going to add the next shade. It's super easy to blend, which is always a delight. Oh God, it's just such a good feeling, you know, when you're meeting it's cancelled. And it's like, even if it was one that you weren't particularly dreading, like for me, I love cancellations. I love them. There's never been a cancellation in my life that I've not welcomed with open arms. Whether that's meeting up with a friend that I've not seen in ages, whether it's a hair appointment, my mum coming over to the house, you know, I've always loved a cancellation. Oh my gosh, this looks so good. And I've just kind of gone like this in an extremely haphazard fashion because I just wanted it to be a little bit like, just a little bit grungy today. I say that every day, don't I? Oh my gosh. Right, so guys, next we're going to go in with the beautiful kind of reddy brown, and I'm going to be popping that. I think I'm just going to pop a little bit just like on my waterline because I actually really like what we've got going on here, and we are going to be applying a shimmer. So I don't want to apply too much. I'm just going to apply a little bit first, and then if we need to add more, we can. But yeah, so let's do this. I'm going to change my brush as well. I'm going to go in with this tiny little brush. She's so tiny, so cute. Okay, so you know if you've got like a favourite perfume, by the way, I'm going to just pop that same shade that we've just used under the eye. Yeah, I'm going to do that now. I mean, why not? But anyway, have you, what was I saying? Oh yeah, right. So, right, if you've got a favourite perfume, do you ever just like, you know, spray it on yourself just because it makes you feel good, you know, just, I don't know, it's like, kind of like self-care, but kind of like, you know, why waste this on other people? Or like, why not just spray it myself so I can enjoy it? Because I do that all the time, and part of me feels hesitant because I think, oh no, Anwen, you're wasting it. But then I think, well, wasting it from what? Exactly. Because isn't the most important thing that I can smell it and enjoy it? So, okay, that's my TED Talk is over for today, but I can't tell you how much I am enjoying this shade. Like, this shade alone is worth the £3.49. I was having a little bit of a look on the MAC website last night because I was kind of querying whether to go and get like a paint pot kind of situation to use in place of like my regular primer, but oh my gosh, everything's so expensive. Like, they've got these little like shitty things called the dazzle pots, and they may be like the best thing in the world, but they're just like a single eyeshadow and they're like £13.50. And I was like, oh, whoa, like, whoa, £13.50 for one fucking eyeshadow. It's taking the freaking piss. And if you like those dazzle shadows and you're happy to pay that money, then no judgment. A little bit of jealousy, no judgment. I was just thinking, wow, do people actually buy these from you, Mac? Do they? Like, really? Oh, for all I know, they could be like the best thing in the world. So guys, we're finally ready to apply the Ready Brow shade. So as previously discussed, I'm going to get all of my meeting jargon out now, as previously just discussed. Let's circle back to the red brown. So I'm just gonna like be really focusing this like on the outer V, just add a little bit of depth. Again, this is just like blending out so beautifully. The actual shade is true to how it looks in the pan. We've got a really good level of pigmentation. Again, it does not look to be just like a flat matte. It definitely is more of like a satin kind of finish. And I really, really love that. I've applied a little bit more than I actually wanted to. I'm also popping some just on the, you know, under my eye, just here, just at the edge, just to encapsulate everything with a certain je ne sais quoi sultriness. Okay, so now that I've done that, I'm going to go in with a slightly fluffier brush, and I'm just going to go over what I have added, because that tiny brush I was using is a little bit rigid and it was not doing the greatest job in actually, you know, moving this shadow around. So by the way, these brushes are from You Can Be and they're sensational. I really, really recommend these if you are in the market for some new and super affordable but really good quality and really like cool to look at kind of makeup brushes. Woo! Okay, so guys, now that we've, oh, do you know what, I say that. No, I'm going to add a little bit more. I knew I would, like, you know when I was saying, oh yeah, I'm just going to pop a tiny little bit of this red in, just a little swoosh on. I knew I was going to change my mind and just end up popping a load on, because it is actually a really, really beautiful shade and it complements this other shade, which I still can't remember the name of, so beautifully. Okay, now I'm back on this train, I'm trying to work out what the fucking name of this shade is. If you know the name of this shade, please let me know in the comments, but you probably don't need to, because when I'm editing this, I know for a fact I'll remember the name of the shade and I will have already written it in somewhere, I'm sure. But okay, gosh, these shadows blend so beautifully. Can you see this? I'm just loving it. I'm loving this. Did you see all my fillings then? I think you did. Like, I don't know why I felt the need to do that. Oh, by the way as well, okay, so because we're trying out a SHEIN eyeshadow palette, I thought it was only fitting that I pop my majestical bow in. I feel like I'm just in Little House on the Prairie or something with this bow. It's very like innocent and girly and pure and wholesome. I just feel like I feel like my real self in this, you know? This is like maybe like how I was meant to be. Do you know what? If I go back in time to any point in time, I would go back to either one of the two times. Little House on the Prairie, because I would love to be running through those hills with Mary and Laura. Wow, I would have been so sad when Mary went blind. Oh my gosh, that traumatized me as a child. But also, like, secondly, I would like to be around when the Black Plague was there, because I just think that would be such a savage time. Like, oh my gosh, Black Plague. Oh, and then that thing's coming around with that big scary mask on. The other day, some fecker. Not the other day, it was in lockdown, but some fecker walked down our road with a full-on, like, plague, like, a mask and outfit. And it was so scary because we're in the middle of a fucking pandemic, and it was like insensitive, but at the same time I admired his gumption. I did. I was like, I don't know if this is a joke. Is it like actually some kind of serial killer out to kill people? Are they just taking the piss out of the whole pandemic? I don't know which one it is, but I can't help but love it. So anyway, guys, right, anyway, so okay, look at me just full with all of this figure and energy because my meeting got cancelled. Oh, I just feel like nothing puts me in a better mood than my meetings being cancelled. Like, maybe, like, well, there are things, obviously, like my boys put me in the best mood ever. But I love a good meeting cancellation. I'm going to go back in with this brush. I've added more of that shade because I adore her. Oh, they blend out so easily. I can definitely see in my future I'm going to be purchasing the corally peachy kind of palette in this range because this is so good. I mean, it's just so good. I'm just loving it. Oh my gosh. Anyway, right. So guys, next we're going to move on to the shimmers, and I'm going to use both. So we're going to go in with Mrs. Pink first. I'm just going to use my finger and I'm going to pop her on my inner corner. And then we're going to use the foiled beautiful champagne on the like most of my lid. So we'll begin with the pink. So I don't know why, but the look looks so much better from this angle than it does in my actual camera. Oh, guys, this is beautiful. It's kind of like a silvery, like an icy pink. Really, really eye-catching. It's captivating. I love her. Do you know what? Just because I really want you to see it going on, I'm going to get another brush. Because I feel like if I get another brush, I'll get this one. This came with my Urban Decay palette, the Cyber one. I've not used it yet, but it looks like a really good quality brush. So I'm going to get the flat side. And yeah, I'm going to apply this because I want you to be able to see her go on. You can't really see that with my big ass finger in the way. So, I mean, guys, can you see that? I mean, I'll come a bit closer. I reminded myself of Hannibal Lecter then when I was like, oh, I'll come a bit closer. Anyway, come closer, Clarice. Is that what he says? Oh, anyway, so there we go. Beautiful. So next we're going to move on to, oh my gosh, the shadow I've been so excited about. So we're going to move on to this beautiful champagne foil shadow. So again, I'm actually going to use the brush. I definitely feel like the finger would be the best way to apply this. Can you see it? I mean, yeah, she's kind of sheer. Do you know what? Let's use my finger because I feel like a brush wasn't really getting the best out of her. Okay, so going in with my finger. Oh my God. Oh, see what I mean? You need a finger because you need to have that, you know, like you need to like actually push the shadow down onto your lid. Can you see that? Oh my gosh, guys. It's so beautiful. And it's at times like this that I wish that I had, 21-year-old eyelids because my eyelids just aren't as taut as they once were. These foiled shadows do have, a tendency of really emphasizing, the lines and the wrinkles in my lid. So kind of maybe not the most flattering if you do have old eyelids. But you know what? I say, who the feck cares? This looks so beautiful. Can you see? Oh my gosh. Oh guys, this palette definitely is not disappointed at all. If anything, it's far exceeded my expectations. And for £3.49, this is an absolute bargain. So just to finish off, I'm going to go back in with the brush that we used to apply the pink, I'm going to do something here that you're probably going to be thinking, gross. Well, you would think that if you probably hadn't seen me do it a million times before. I'm gonna lick the brush. Like, I'm putting these eyeshadows on my eyes, near my eyeballs. So I don't think it's gonna do me any harm to lick them, were her last words. I feel like really that could be my epitaph. She said, "It's safe to put it on my lids," she said. And then she ended up here. Okay, so guys, OMG, like, I absolutely love the look. I love everything about it. However, if I had to say, like, what I think my favourite thing was, it probably actually the mattes. I love the mattes. But anyway, I'm just going to do the rest of my makeup. I'm going to pop my mascara on, just admiring the blush once again. Oh my gosh. And then I'll be back to show you the final look. Why am I doing this? Why the heck did I feel the need to do this? Okay, so I have done my mascara. I've changed my lipstick a little bit just because I really wanted something like a bit glowy. Sorry, I forgot to do my finger technique to curl my lashes, but yeah, I wanted to just have I wanted to freshen up my lipstick, so I popped this one on, and oh guys, I am absolutely loving this look. I honestly, I wasn't being negative or pessimistic, but based on the fact that I tried out the last bunch of SHEIN makeup a few days ago, and the majority of those products didn't really blow my socks off. I kind of was going into this video feeling a bit like, will this palette actually be any good? But I'm really pleased to say it's amazing, like, and I would have no hesitation in recommending it to you for £3.49. I mean, yes, she is tiny, but what she lacks in size, she makes up for in quality, sensationalism. Eyeshadows were really easy to blend out, very nicely pigmented. I think the shades that they've kind of curated into this palette are just perfect. It's just everything works together so beautifully. They complement each other so well. I just think it's great. And also, if you're the kind of person like me who finds it really tough to actually make a decision about, oh my gosh, which shade should I pick? Like, you know, if your brain just gets a bit like jumbled up thinking, oh my gosh, like, I'm overwhelmed, because yes, I know there's a few of us that get overwhelmed by having to pick an eyeshadow shade. When I say it like that, it sounds very ridiculous, but I mean, it's a real issue, and I know there's actual real issues going on out there, but it's a real first world kind of issue, let's say. And now the more I'm pondering about it, the less proud of myself I'm feeling, because I'm just thinking I'm ready to what, like I'm just thinking what a dick, if I'm being honest. But anyway, guys, I would definitely recommend this palette. I'm going to be checking out the Coral one, and if I do decide to get it, I will let you know. And of course, I will definitely be filming a video of me trying it. If you've tried any SHEIN makeup recently and you've got any recommendations or any tips for like what is actually really good, could you let us know in the comments, because I'm sure that there's going to be many people that would really want to know, because I feel like all I have done in my last two videos, well, not two, in my last video where I tried a bunch of their makeup, was kind of say what's bad, like what's bad, this is not what to buy. And I'm not saying all the makeup in that video was bad, it just wasn't as good as I thought it would be. So anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.